What is up, YouTube? This is Owen Dowell here, and today we've got something a little different. Not new to my channel, but a little different, as you can tell. Today I am so excited. This is something I've been waiting for all year, actually. Originally, I had heard, and it was rumored that Apple was going to be releasing new MacBook Pros in March. I Googled it at the beginning of the year when I was thinking about buying myself a MacBook Pro, and that didn't happen. So I kind of waited till April, then May, then June, and I was like, I do want to get a MacBook Pro, but I don't want to get an Intel-based MacBook Pro. I want to wait for them to release M1 MacBook Pros. And the thing is, not only do we get an M1 MacBook Pro, we actually got an M1 Pro and an M1 Max MacBook Pro. And that's what this is. I got the M1 Pro MacBook Pro. I did get the upgraded 32 gigabytes of RAM. I am going to be fully transparent with y'all though. I'm a little worried I might have skimped on storage space. I didn't go for a very big hard drive in here. I went with 512 gigabytes. That's the one concern I have. We'll see what happens. I think I'll be okay. But for the meantime, that's something I'm gonna have to bear in mind. I did not, for whatever stupid reason, I did not go for the big hard drive. Shout out, by the way, to my good friend Lily. That is her artwork right there. I might actually, I'm probably gonna put a link to her print shop in the description down below. She took that picture and she made a print shop with some of her photos. So I'd like to give her some love because that's right there. And honestly, she's a big inspiration to me these days. So why not go ahead and share some love? So this is the 16-inch MacBook Pro M1 Pro. Like I said, 32 gigabytes of RAM. Anyway, guys, I am so excited. I can't wait any longer. Let's go ahead and let's open this thing. Here is the box, as y'all been seeing. So I'm just gonna go ahead, you know what, let's do this. We're getting in here. I am so excited, oh my word. Guys, this is big for a number of reasons. I feel like with this is a tool. All right, I'm buying this as a tool for content creation, for YouTube, so I can get back into photography. And what this means for y'all specifically is I can make videos that look a lot better than the videos that I've been making, all right? So y'all have seen the videos that I've exported with this iPhone. You've seen it. My videos, the quality has just not been there. And plus, I can't really make them my own video. That's the thing. I want to make these a little bit more personal to me, and I want to be able to make them a little bit more my own. This, I gotta be careful because it's open. This is gonna allow me to do that. So you know what, guys? I actually think I am gonna change up the angle just a little bit, but I will be right back. All right, guys, here we are. This is a better view. This is the view I was expecting to do this in. So let's go ahead and let's get into this. This box, by the way, is huge. Like, I thought this would be a much smaller box, but no, this is a very large box. Oh man, there it is. Wow. Guys, holy crap. I can't believe this. A nice little lift tab. There it is. This is actually very heavy. It's definitely not as heavy as my old MacBook Pro, which y'all know I used to have a 2012 MacBook Pro. Let's take the paper off. Oh, snap, guys. Look at this thing. Oops. I ripped it. Oh no, what have I done? I've ruined the resale value. It's all right. I don't think it's gonna be too big a deal. Guys, oh my goodness. And of course, I got this in space gray. I'm gonna set that off to the side because I do want to check what's in here. So we do have, and y'all have seen plenty of these unboxings, I'm sure. Oh, I like the way they presented this. Check this out. This is the MagSafe cable, but it looks like the cable is like surrounding a separate piece. Look at that. That's really cool. So like you can see MagSafe here, And you got the USB-C end here. Yes, they have it separated. That is huge in my opinion. The one that came with my 2012 MacBook Pro right here actually wound up breaking on me. So I had to go with an OWC brand, which is a little flaky. I don't know how much I trusted it, but whatever. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's open this up. So, and the other cool thing about this, guys, which I didn't realize right away, I noticed the day I ordered this that this is a separate cable, and I was very excited about that. What people had mentioned on their videos is that it's braided. So it's also going to be durable in that respect. Y'all know I like the anchor cables, and a big reason why is because they're so durable and they're braided. And this is braided. Check that out. So very cool. That's exciting. And here's the USB end. And check that out. The return of MagSafe. Now here we've got designed by Apple in California. You know it's in here. We got a booklet. We've got Apple stickers, which are black this time, which is kind of interesting. A lot of people really like the black Apple stickers. I really feel like that makes it infinitely less versatile. Like, I've been trying to think, where could I put the black Apple stickers? I don't know. I can't think, because they won't look good on a car. They won't look good on a water bottle. I don't know what to do with them. And here is the 140 watt power adapter. Holy cow, this thing is crazy powerful. It is USB-C, so that's pretty cool. I guess I am going to have to open this, but I may wind up replacing it with one from a different brand. Maybe like, a lot of people like to recommend Anchor. So they look into one of those. This actually, a lot of people have been like, this is Apple's biggest brick they've ever made. I used to work, back when I was in college, I worked at an Apple repair center, and Apple's original 80 watt power adapter was not only rectangular like this, but this is tiny. This is tiny compared to that. Is this actually 140 watts? Or did I get one that has a downgraded power supply? Yep, it is 140 watts. So yeah, actually this is really, really small. In fact, let me show y'all something. Here's a Dell 130 watt. I think this is 130 watts. I mean, that's actually, yeah. So, I mean, that's actually not that bad. That's manageable. I like that. I'm used to this. And the cool thing about that Dell adapter, I can actually use it to charge this new MacBook Pro because that's a USB-C adapter. So that will actually allow me to charge the laptop using that Dell. If this goes bust or if I lose it or whatever, I still have that. So that's pretty cool. All right, you guys, let's do this thing. This is the 16-inch MacBook Pro. Just clean my table off a little bit. So I'm gonna zoom back out a little bit and let's take a look at what we got here. So yeah, this thing's pretty thick. I'm really glad to see Apple going a little thicker on these for a better battery life. That is, I'm glad that they're prioritizing the battery life on these. I know that the previous MacBook Pros, which I was not a big fan of, were way too thin. And honestly, like I said, I worked in an Apple repair center. We had so many of those come in with issues that just made no sense. Obviously, to do with the keyboard, that's another thing that Apple went back on, is the keyboard. So that's pretty cool. But we also got some ports back. Check that out. Oh my gosh. The SD card is back. That's huge. We have a Thunderbolt here. This is HDMI. That's back. Even my work laptop doesn't have HDMI. I'm actually going to show y'all that in a little bit because I actually find that to be an interesting comparison with this computer. And here we've got the MagSafe, and we got 2 Thunderbolt ports as well as a headphone jack, which supposedly is like a really nice headphone jack. I don't know much about it, but why don't we go ahead and I'm going to tip y'all up here. Let's do the first boot up. First boot. And we get to experience that screen. Oh, baby. Here we go. I'm going to do it proper. Ooh. Hear that? Bang. Wow, look at that contrast. That is so good. Oh my word. Check this thing out. Hello indeed. The one like sort of controversial design choice, which is this notch, is very plain sight. I played with one of these in Best Buy, like I said, as well as an Apple Store. I actually played with a 14-inch in the Best Buy and a 16-inch in an Apple Store while I was waiting on this thing to come in the mail. And I have to say, the notch, if you get the right background going, you won't see it too often. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's get this going. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, a lot of people seem to do this. I'm going to set this thing up off camera because obviously there's going to be some information I put in here that I don't want you all to see. And then I'll come back and I'll give you guys some of my first impressions.
To use English as the main language, press the return key.
Whoa, yeah. I'll give you guys, I don't know why like everybody gets so wowed whenever the computer starts talking. I'm going to set this thing up off camera and then I'm going to come back and talk to you guys a little bit just about general things. I don't know. Who knows what I'm going to talk about. All right, there it is. It is all set up. Check that out. That is so cool. So yeah, everything's set up. Finder, everything's good. I went ahead and went with the light theme just because it's more familiar to me. Coming from, I think the last Mac OS I used on a personal Mac was Sierra, actually. Yeah, it would have been Sierra. I never got to I didn't go to High Sierra because I remember High Sierra having a few issues that we found at the school. Ooh, that screen refresh rate. Whoa. Now y'all are watching this at 60 FPS. I'm going to try to edit this video on this MacBook Pro. Y'all are probably going to be watching this at 60 FPS, so you're not going to get the full effect. Wow, that is awesome. That's that. I just wanted to show you guys this new computer, and I also wanted to show you guys, just do a little comparison, something I've been kind of curious about. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close this up because, like I said, Apple really beefed this computer up. And I do still have, it doesn't work, but I do still have, if I move this over here, my 2012 15-inch MacBook Pro. It's actually the same dimension this way. Like the exact same dimension. That's crazy. But keep in mind, this is a 15-inch screen, okay? One thing I really wanted to see, though, was like the thickness difference. And I'm going to bring y'all down a little bit to take a look at that. And there it is. You can see that's actually... yeah, that is a little bit closer than I was expecting it would be. Actually, that's wild. The part here comes up to, you see where the angle changes on this one, where on the screen? That, I think that's flush. But obviously, since this has the kind of the hump sort of design on it, it does go up to be a little thicker. If I go ahead, let's just, like I say, this computer doesn't actually work. If I go ahead and open that up, and then I open this one up, you can kind of get a sense there of the body thickness differences. You'll also notice, check out them bezels, yo. Wow, that's quite something. And I apologize for that light being on in the background causing glare. You can see just how thick that bezel, or how thin the new bezel is compared to the old bezel. That's insane. And obviously something else that actually I was kind of hoping Apple would do this go round is actually offer an anti-glare model. This is an anti-glare MacBook Pro. That's why you're not getting the same reflections and the same bits of glare that you're getting on this one. Like if I step out of the way, well, it's not happening in this particular angle, but sometimes you may have been able to notice the reflection of the overhead light above me in this one's screen, because it's a glossy screen. This one is an anti-glare, so it doesn't get that. You can see if I turn it, I mean, you can see right there, yeah, you get some, but it's very diffused versus this one where, let's see here. Yeah, see that? But honestly, it doesn't look like it's going to be that big of an issue. Apple's anti-reflective kind of coating that they put on their glossy screens has gotten very good over the years. So I'm not too worried about it. I think I'll be okay. There actually is one more computer I wanted to compare this to, and this is mostly just for the sake of like principle more than anything. And I got to be kind of careful with it. But this is not an Apple laptop. This is actually a Dell. Boom. This is actually the computer that my company issued me to be able to do my job. And this is, as you can see, the space grays on here. Like, look at this. The color? That's, what the heck? That is so close. That is so close. That actually, I think that's the same color. Huh. I've always wondered that. I genuinely have always wondered that. Anyway, I wanted to show y'all this computer. I find it really hilarious. This feels like a very similar computer to this one in a lot of ways. Like, we don't have the HDMI port, like I said, but we do have the two Thunderbolt ports right there. That's a Kensington lock, which the Apple computer doesn't have. Who needs those? Those are stupid. And on this side, we actually have the headphone jack, we have the SD card reader, and we have another Thunderbolt port. But here's the thing that just kind of blows my mind. This is, by the way, in case you're wondering, this is whoops, gotta be careful with that. This is the Dell Precision 5550, in case you're wondering what the model is. I highly recommend this, actually. This is a really, really nice PC laptop. But it is a premium PC laptop. I'm going to warn y'all about that one. It's not a cheap PC laptop. I looked them up. Actually, I had to place the order for this one, so I saw how expensive it was. Now, one thing on principle that I want y'all to check out is check out how thin these bezels are. Do you see, first of all, how low to the ground the screen is on the Dell versus the Apple? So that's one thing that's really funny to me. And then the other thing, this is what gets me. This is what gets me, all right? This is what gets me. Look at how low profile this upper notch, this upper thing here is. And this is where the camera is. The camera's right here. And I don't know what the resolution is of Dell's webcam. But it is a pretty good camera. It does not look bad. It does look good, especially because I think this is a 2020 model computer. Dell put some emphasis onto their camera because obviously you're using this a lot for like FaceTime, or not FaceTime, for like Teams calling and video chats and virtual meetings and whatnot. So the camera's really good. The microphones are actually up here as well, which is really smart because this thing has a very loud fan. And if they were down here, they would interfere as they do on a lot of my coworkers' laptops. When they don't use their headset, you can hear the fans roaring. It's kind of distracting, and it actually takes away from the meeting. But that's that. Now, it just blows my mind, though, that Apple had to resort to this massive comical notch right here. That's so funny to me. That was Apple's solution. But anyway, I don't know. I just wanted to show y'all that. I thought that was really funny. Actually, I don't know what size screen this is. Are they the same size? No, this one I think is actually I think the Mac has a bigger screen, but not by much. Like, that's the thing, not by much. So, but yeah, actually the Mac definitely has a bigger screen, but I think, yeah, I think it's actually bigger in all dimensions. And actually this bezel, I'm looking at it in person. This upper bezel is slightly thicker than these side bezels, but it's definitely thicker than Apple's upper bezel. And Apple's upper bezel is actually slightly thinner than the side bezels. If you look at it really carefully, you can notice that. So that's kind of interesting to note. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for this video. I've shown y'all everything I wanted to show y'all. One more thing I want to do. This is something you have to do if you get a Mac laptop and you're coming from Windows, because this is infuriating. You see how I'm trying to tap the trackpad and yeah, that was weird. But you see, I'm like tapping the trackpad and it's not doing anything, right? Because tap to click is disabled. If you enable tap to click, which you have to physically click on, now it has the Windows behavior, which I'm used to. So that's a little tip from me to you. That makes the computers, I don't know why Apple doesn't enable that by default, but it makes them 10 times less frustrating to use. So anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. I can't wait to just sit down and play with this thing. That's pretty much my plan for the night, is just to set this thing up. And the battery life is gonna be sweet. 89%. I can't wait. Guys, thank you so very much for watching, and adios. And expect some videos to come soon. I've got some video ideas that I've been wanting to shoot. This is going to enable me to be able to make them. And I also want to upload, I have my my 2012 Mac here for a reason. I'm going to see if I can pull some videos off of that didn't make it to YouTube. And see if I can actually edit those. I want to upload, there's one video in particular that's on my mind that I want to edit that I didn't get around to finishing that I think y'all would enjoy. So we'll see. Anyway, that'll be a throwback. That'll be like, wow, that's an old video. So anyway, guys, thank you so very much for watching, and adios.